have made a few videos now about German things that I'm not really so good at doing. But so today, let's look at something in Germany that I am proud to say I think I have finally truly mastered. Hey everyone, I'm Dana and you're watching Wanted Adventure Living Abroad. Paying at restaurants in Germany and the US. It can't really be that different, can it? Yes it can, and yes it is. I went into a lot of detail on how paying works in American restaurants in this video here, so you can check that out for more information on that. But I would say that the big difference that I really struggled with and bumbled around with the most was the level of secrecy. What in the world do I mean by that? Okay, so everything in the US surrounding payment in restaurants is very hush-hush. Literally and figuratively, what you pay for the meal is just between you and the server. The rest of the table doesn't have to find out unless you tell them, and basically, you can actually pay for the meal without having to talk to anyone about the price. Let's imagine this scenario for a second. You're out with some friends and it's their anniversary, and so you actually wanted to take them out to dinner. You want to treat them. You have a really great evening, you get appetizers and meals and desserts, and then the bill comes. It's time to pay. In the US, you would be brought the check in a little black booklet for your eyes and your eyes only. You'd slip your cash or your credit card inside and then hand it back to the server. They'd bring it back to you with a payment slip to sign if you paid with card and a receipt for you. Then you add in the tip or leave cash, shut the booklet, and leave the restaurant with your guests having no idea how much you just spent on dinner, and the server often doesn't find out what you actually left as a tip until you're already gone, or at least halfway out the door. Not the case in Germany. In Germany, at the end of the meal, the server appears and asks if you're going to be paying together or separately. You say together, and so then he or she either hands you a slip of paper with the amount that you owe on it, or even sometimes they will announce out loud how much you owe. If you're paying cash, then you hand the server more than the amount and announce how much they should make the full bill, including their tip. So for example, if the total came to 25 euros, you might hand them 30 and then say, make it 28. Then they would give you back 2 euros. Or you can hand them the full amount exactly as you'd like to pay, the amount that the dinner costs plus the tip, and then say, stimmt so, which basically means keep the change. And all of this used to be super stressful for me for a few different reasons. For one, it meant actually speaking German, which, especially when I first moved here, was in and of itself a very stressful situation for me. And it also meant that I would have to say German numbers, which often tripped me up even more than normal words, because numbers here in Germany are kind of reverse. So instead of saying 21, in German it is literally 1 and 20. So my brain was already really struggling with all of that. But I also just felt super awkward about the whole announcing of the bill and announcing of the tip thing. For one, if I was treating people to the meal, I didn't really want them to know how much the whole thing had cost, how much I had just spent on them. And then on top of that, there was the tipping. It just made me feel so awkward to announce what I was tipping, both in front of the other people at my table and here in Germany, because of how it's done, basically you have to look the server directly in the eyes and tell them how much you thought their service had been worth. People here in Germany often assumed that I was a high tipper because I'm from America. Nope, it was actually because I just felt so awkward tipping anything less than a lot in that situation, especially when I first moved here and I didn't really yet know what was a normal tip in Germany. But anyway, now I have really totally gotten the hang of this. Of course, okay, yes, my German has improved, so actually just speaking to the server is no longer a problem. Numbers do sometimes still trip me up, but then we all get a good laugh at it, so that's okay. But the big thing here is that it really does not bother me anymore to announce my tip to the servers or say in front of my friends how much I'm paying. I finally figured out, why should I feel awkward about it? It's just the way it is. So my question for you is, which style of paying do you like more, the German one or the US one? Or is there a different style of payment out there in the world that you prefer more? And what has been your experience with tipping around the world? Please let me know in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. And also a really big thank you so much to our patrons on Patreon who help make these videos possible. Thank you so much for your support. If you would like to check out our Patreon page, you can find a link to that down in the description box below. Until next time, auf Wiedersehen. So my question for you is, which paying style do you like more, Germany or the US? And not the case in Germany. In the US, you would be delivered the bill in a that I really struggled and kind of bumbled around with I know, it might seem crazy,